Hey folks, how you doing? I'm Nev from Nev's Tech Bits, otherwise known as your friendly neighborhood basement dweller. Don't worry, ma'am, I am from the internet. Today we're checking out Popular Mechanics 1969. Man, it's a warm day, probably the hottest day of the year, and today we're going to be checking out winter driving tips. Let's see what we got inside. It's Miller time. Living the high life. ICS Learn. Pretty sure they're still making courses and whatnot. Here we have an advertisement for the Renault, a car that we no longer have in North America. Definitely seems as if the later in life you get, the fewer manufacturers we have. And the manufacturers we have start pulling sneaky things like making it so if you need to get a headlight changed, you gotta change the whole damn side of it. There's one sneaky group that has a headlight that has a certain chip in it, so when you need to change the headlight, it costs about $800 because you need to change the chip too. You guys remember the Bridgestone Firestone debacle? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Well, of course, what we like to do here is take a look back and see how science, technology, and society has changed. I can see one big way it's changed. Pipes. Soup for nuts. Wolf's Head Racing Motor Oil. Okay. Buy Below Wholesale. These things are always fun to check out. Two-way intercoms, 8mm movie cameras, transit tape recorders. Oh, Jeeps, the old school kind of Jeep. Yeah, man. New Jeeps ain't so much, but the old ones, that was really something. A Volkswagen. A nice Reliant automobile. That's what I'd like to get. Something really cheap. I remember a lot of the men I used to respect back in the olden days. We used to have things like Chevettes because you could get a bunch of Chevettes and just keep those things rolling. Now, some people call me a conspiracy theory, but I do believe a lot of the laws coming out are basically made to make sure that North Americans have jobs. I mean, in Canada, I'm pretty. Oh, sorry about that. In Canada, if you want to get a vehicle safety, you have to get a tablet that sends video back to the government to remove the old boy kind of ways of getting around to safety and whatnot. And as we're coming up to a time when, geez, what is it, in 50 years from now, everything's going to be electric? What the ferg is my ex-brother-in-law going to do? He's a mechanic. He's a gearhead. That's rough. Painting the town. Giant miniatures. That looks like the Homer. Remember the Homer Simpson? The everyman car that nobody actually wanted to buy. An FM transmitter. Listen in on any FM radio. Listen in. Why don't you just get a radio then? I don't know. New electronics, a disposable thermometer. Hopefully we wouldn't have so much mercury kicking around. Remember when all thermometers had mercury? And Pepperidge Farm remembers. British tanks with lasers. Lasers. Now those lasers are basically there for combat training simulation. I have a buddy who was in the Canadian Army. Who was they were doing a battle with the Americans, and they were talking about using these things. He said they really wanted to go into town. They really wanted to get, what did they want? They wanted a slice of pizza. The CEO wanted a pizza. I think they were in an APC, and everyone's like, "Let's not do that. We're in a training exercise," and is like, "I really want a pizza." So they go into town to get a pizza, and all of a sudden they get a call on the radio. You're out. There is a tank. There's an American tank that was just waiting in a bush for them that took them down. They were kind of happy about getting caught though, because a food supply truck with a lot of chips and stuff like that had also been caught, and yeah, everyone got to chill out. He told me with the Americans, you really had to see them deploy. It was really something to see them deploy. It's just shock and awe. And check out these channel locks. It's interesting to see that there is no insulation on them. I guess when you were a farmer and whatnot, you were just expected to have rugged hands or wear gloves. I wonder when insulation became the standard on these things. When I say insulation, I mean like stuff here and here, right? How to buck a blizzard. A bunch of this information just wouldn't be necessary anymore because we have anti-lock brakes and automatic suspension and whatnot. Computers can do that? Yes, Homer. Computers can do that. Sizing up the 1969 station wagons. Oh, don't let your kids in there. No, they can't sit in the back. That'd be child abuse, right? Man, times were so much different back then. I believe at this point in America and Canada, a wife couldn't get her own bank account unless the husband approved of it. Times have changed. They're mining oil with buckets. What? They mined oil with that stuff? I mean, I thought that was for coal. That full machine is really something, eh? But hey, I guess if you want to do oil, you do you. Seems kind of like it'd be dangerous. I mean, you get a spark, you get a fire, right? Using giant wheels, Sunco is digging 100,000 tons of oil sands. Okay, that's different. Yeah, there's those giant things I was telling you about. Oil sands, my guys. Oil sands. Oh, she's a beast in a butte, and she's just a small one, too. Still, I could have a cigarette and watch one of those all day. I tell you what, Bobby. Check out this retrofuturism. Apollo spacecraft. Shh. Cruising through the universe, having lots of fun. Helium tank. Propellant tank. Engine combat. Wow. Nice. Nice. Drop-in film cartridge has come to stay. I don't think I'm familiar with any of those. Never came across a camera that uses those either. Once again, I'm really happy I've never had to use any of these old cameras. Build your own trailer for 150 bucks. I wonder if you'd be able to do that these days. I mean, if you did it, would you need to get it safetied? And if you built it yourself, would they be okay with that? Rules, regulations, more and more. I mean, back in the day, you had your insurance and you could do so much. Sorry, 250. You had your insurance and you could get away with stuff, but those were the sorry folks that got hurt and got the payouts, right? New, smaller tractors that shift for themselves. Huh. Smaller tractors. Shift for themselves. Lawn tractor. That's just a lawnmower you sit on, Bobby, I tell you what. Alright, check this out. What you should know about fire warning systems. I'm saying we should have 3 of them here. My folks strongly recommend I have one in my room for all the computers I run in here. But here's what I want you to see. Come on, autofocus. You can do it. There, first when I do that. Sight glass and a horn. Man. That'd wake you up. And over here, ionization detectors. So these days we have 2 different kinds of smoke detectors. Some are better than others. And here we have some heat detectors. Ooh, that looks fancy. Solving problems, ironing boards. Actually, I've used ironing boards as a workbench. Ironing boards make a really good fold-up workbench, I gotta say. Locking cam for windows. Alright, alright. Now that's a fancy idea. Just don't put it in your junk drawer. They'll all get lost, eh? Oh man, remember when people used to use clothespins like that? I mean, they worked. And then everyone had to go get really complicated. Oh wow, a small can of oil can be easily converted to an alcohol lamp. Just hope it doesn't blow. You gotta have a good fuse for that one though, right? Oh wow, check that out. Put a bit of tin around the top of a stump, and then you can fill it in with the garden stuff. That's lovely. That's a wonderful idea. Well, that's one way to get the cook's attention, the ladies' attention. My goodness. Those things were heavy back in the day, too. Never seen one of like that was that color. They're usually all a bland color. Still pretty cool. I do not recognize that name, Miller's Falls. My dad was just talking about needing one of these. You see, he has a portable air conditioner in his room, and he forgot to empty the bin that we have to collect the water from. You know how portable air conditioners are. I told him just poke a hole in the plastic and run the hose outside. He's thinking about it now. He just has to get a 1 1/4 inch unit. I suppose Ford was trying to beat the land speed record. It's cool things like this you don't see so much anymore. Everyone's shaking their junk at trying to get Bitcoin and stuff like that going. But there's definitely still some really cool stuff in old school popular mechanics. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for me. Nat from That's Tech Bits. Like and subscribe if you like this stuff. And as always, folks, take care of each other, will you?